Welcome back. Welcome back to the You Should Get a License podcast. My name is Rod Powell, and thank you for tuning in. Our guest today is extremely esteemed, a community leader in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area in Henrico County. Just a little bit of background. He is a graduate of Old Dominion University. He holds an MBA from University of Phoenix and also a Master of Divinity degree from the Proctor School of Theology at Virginia Union. He's been in the financial services industry for over 15 years. He's the co-founder of the Greener Pastures Foundation, co-founder of All In Consulting Firm. Currently, he is the chair of the Henrico County Gifted Advisory Committee, the Henrico County Justice Board. He's an adjunct professor at Virginia Union University. He's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. And most importantly, a family man, husband, and a father as well. I want to welcome the Reverend Pierre L. Green. Brother Pierre,
thank you.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you. Man, you made me feel important.
you are important, man. I'm trying to figure out, when you sleep. I don't know, when that happens.
I start early, man. I start my day early. That's the key.
Got to. I mean, look, I know how I want to say, I don't like to use the word, difficulty or challenge. I'll say I know how much of an opportunity, it can be to balance, your professional life with your personal life and keep all things, running seamlessly in a streamlined way. So I really just want to commend you, for that before we get started, because since I've known you, and I think when I met you, you were actually in the process of running for a school board position, which you ended up winning. Yes, back then. And man, you just continue, to make moves. And I just want to say, man, you are you're an inspiration to many, and I know that many will find that out, in this conversation today. So start there. Man. Yes.
Thank you.
So, this show, You Should Get a License, is really to educate people about, the industry that we work in. There are many misnomers, misunderstandings, misinterpretations of what the insurance industry, really brings, what it can do for an individual and what it does for, families and communities around the country and even around the world. As we get started, man, there's so many different segments, of the business. Tell me a little bit about what you do. What area of the insurance industry, financial services industry do you specialize in? What's your focus?
Well, my focus has evolved over the years. When I first got into the business, it was all about life insurance, writing life cases, protecting people, providing disability, long-term care, the foundation piece when you talk about financial planning. As I've gotten a little seasoned, I got my security license, and I realized that there's so much opportunity in this industry. But for me right now, I focus with, young professionals, business owners, really people that are at a point in their lives where they're saying, hey, I'm trying to really put my finances in order. I don't want to pigeonhole myself and say, I'm only going to work with the people that make this certain amount of money or they do this type of industry. Because I find that everybody need our services. And especially now with the industry constantly shrinking because people are retiring and getting out of the business, it's so many few of us that are brown and black faces that are in the industry, and we need representation in the industry.
Absolutely. No, it's true. I know that, one of your focuses is really directing individuals to, getting that securities license, and what that can really mean. I want to start, kind of at the beginning with the life insurance aspect initially. So you started with your life license.
Yeah.
What is it that made you, get that license initially and get into the insurance industry?
Okay, I think the year was 2004. No, early 2005, January 2005. I just got back in the country from playing basketball. I was playing overseas in Iceland. My wife and I just got married in August of 2004. So we're coming back in the country, and it's like, all right, you got to get a job. You got to support us. What are you going to do? And I was like, all right. So I'm looking at banks. I'm looking at all these companies. And now when I got called by a broker dealer, they was like, come here, it's 100% commission. And what really hit me was this. They said, what you put in it is no limit on what you can earn. If you work hard, you can make millions. If you work, no one will put a cap on you. And that really just resonated with me. Because as you know, if you're in the corporate structure, in this position, they have a payout at this much. I don't care how great you are. Once you hit that ceiling, all right, next, time to go somewhere else. And so the insurance industry was like, wait a minute. I set my own schedule. There's no cap on what I can make. All I have to do is work and meet people. Yeah, that's going to work for me. But let me tell you a story about that.
Sure,
Let me tell you a story. So I get the job. I start with a small company called First Investors. They're now Forrest. And
Forrest. All right.
I get the job. I come home. I tell my wife, I say, baby, I got a job. I'm excited. She's like, okay. I was like, I'm going to be a financial advisor. She's like, all right, what they paying you? I'm like, it's commission. She said, commission? And I said, yeah, and I need $700. I got to pay for my license. She said, I don't want to talk to you right now. You talking about being devastated. I'm like, I'm excited. I'm like, we made it. Let's go. She's like, commission and you got to pay money to get licensed? No, give me some space. So that started off my career. Thank God that it's worked out over the years. But that's always stuck with me. Like, I got to get it, man.
Yeah, it's interesting you brought that up, because even when you said commission, I was going to ask actually, well, how did your wife react to that when you first said, hey, I'm going to be doing something 100% commission? You know, when we're talking about getting people into this space, a lot of times that's a deterrent. Although, you know, for many others, that's a primary motivator. If you're a business owner and entrepreneur, you're working on commission. If you're a doctor, you're running your practice, you're working on commission. If you're a lawyer and you have a firm, you're working on commission. Why is it that you see, why do you think that people are, are intimidated, you know, by that word? Why do you think that's a scary word? A lot of times, especially in our community.
Right. I think it's a false sense of security that we think that salary brings us. We feel like if I have a salary, I have security. And for me, from a recruiting standpoint, if someone's not willing to bet on themselves and go out in commission, that's telling me they probably won't be a good fit for the team, because they may not have the work ethic or the drive to get them to over those tough times and so forth, adversity. So I think in our community, we're looking for some type of security, not realizing that we have to take control of our own security. You know, I want my boys to go to school and get a degree, but I want them to be able to work for themselves. I want them to have a degree to be able to have that knowledge, not to have that knowledge and go work for someone. But for so long, that's how society was taught. I think of my parents. I love them, but they were career postal workers. You know, you get a good job, you get a degree. The post office is an exceptional job. I was raised on it, great benefits, the whole nine. But that just wasn't for me. You know, I wanted more out of life, and I want more out of life. And so I'm putting that in my kids. Like, you know, it's cool to look at, you know, what other people are doing, but ask yourself, how can you control your destiny? Because this is what you got to realize. A CEO is not going to pay you more than him or her. They're not going to give you a bigger check because you're so awesome. If you're not in control of your energy, your destiny, your work ethic, you're going to always be limited, and you're going to always say, well, only if I could. Well, in this industry, it's on you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's on you.
Hey, you can prove a lot to yourself in this business.
Yeah.
It will show you what you are made of. You know, there's a saying that some of my mentors used to say, which is, this business will promote you or expose you. One of the two, you know, and the cream always rises was another one. So it's so true, man.